First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz. EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Win. Let's go!
Ready, set.
47 Mike, 47 Mike, Mike 47.
All day, dog.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. Breaks through the contact. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Kenyon Drake 75 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
On the ready.
27, Mike 27, Mike 27. You can't block me. You can't block me.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. He finds an opening past the 40. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Kenyon Drake, 75 yards. And they're able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Breeze. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down.
We call that a sack.
Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Breeze. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Let's go now. 15, Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
You don't know no better. Let's go.
On 1st down, Drake. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, baby. We're going to work. We're going to work.
44-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike's 47. Mike 47.
From the gun,
Watch
Herbert.
the pass. Watch the pass.
And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Trying to lay one up deep. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Now Breeze finding Kamara. A good pickup there, a 22. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Breeze. Looking long for Westbrook. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There on the coverage, knocking that one away was Mike Edwards. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready. You ready? 45's the mic. Here we go. We got tight left.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's got this down to the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Kill.
Breeze now to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Bucs' 33-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Breeze on the bootleg. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Ready, yellow lady, check, 45's the mic. Cut.
Bree's going to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Breeze. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Ready,
this has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
12.
From the gun, it's Breeze. That is caught inside the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me, partner.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
You gonna get this, boy?
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, wahoo! Mike 27, Mike 27.
From the gun,
He can't hang.
Herbert.
He's not going to get me.
He's got Evans. A good pickup there, 21 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Check, 47.
Airing this one out for Evans. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked off by Marcus Williams. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He's a high draft pick, so maybe a bit of a mulligan, but you never want to throw a preseason interception, especially as a rookie.
No, but this is the time to do it, right? Let's get the kinks out. He's still got to learn how to read coverages, still has to learn the entire offense, has to see how he fits with the players around him. But bottom line is what you said right in the beginning. He's a high draft pick. They want him on the field sooner rather than later. So let's keep giving him some reps and seeing what they have.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 11 yards there. First down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Double tight, double tight. Hey. Got three down.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
I got him.
No gain on the play there. Second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check, 45 for Mike. Coming for it.
Now Allen. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Hodges. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
45, Mike, 45. Switch up.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Right.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That's it.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Let's go.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike, 54.
Go.
Mike, 54.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sua Cravens just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Watch twist. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Ready?
From midfield, here's Allen. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end, Cameron Jordan.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Drake. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. 1st down sack. 2nd down negative rushing play.
And I will guarantee you right now the head coach is weighing in on his headset to the offense coordinator, whether he thinks it's strategy or he thinks it's execution, because that's going to determine this next play call. Are you staying with what you're doing, or are you going in a different direction?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vita Vea. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Allen.
You got tight right there.
This is complete to Michael Thomas. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. It's complete to Drake. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Herbert. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watch the screen.
On 1st down. It's Drake, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
On the double.
Mike 27, check Mike 27. Hey, tight.
Ready.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Coverage there by Von Bell. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. 2 minutes to play in his first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, second and 10. Throwing again, Allen. He's got Smith here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now.
I don't know why this team showed up.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Sponge. No,
first down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on second and 3. Here's Allen to throw it. That'll be complete to Cook. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Allen to throw once more. Thomas has got it, complete. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Blue draw quarters.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen steps away to his left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Forced out to his left. Allen hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Following the fumble recovery, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Herbert. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Let's do this.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up first and 10 at their own 44. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Allen will try again on second down. And he comes back with one complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. To throw, it's Allen. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a fourth down. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing now is Allen. It's caught. Smith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Brooks. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first.
Check. Squeeze.
Now a give, right side. It's Brooks. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Bravo.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1.
Watch the run. They're running it.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave?
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Looking to throw. Herbert, and he hits Drake. Give him 9 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And a penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight.
Ready?
From the gun, Herbert. And it's caught by Herndon. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Set, ready?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Strip that ball.
Now.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. A gain of 6 there on first.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marcus Davenport. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Back to throw. Herbert. Got a man. He finds Sanders. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now a 1st down throw complete downfield.
There we go.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
56, right there.
Looking to throw.
Hey,
Herbert
D-line, let's get in
under
there.
pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Cameron Jordan, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Herbert under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cameron Jordan bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Herbert, he'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he won't get in, but you can't be set up any better than that. They'll have the ball at the 1-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Back to throw. Herbert, and that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Kenyon Drake, ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The throw over the middle taken in. 15 yards on the play. First down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
We got to seal this game.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
First play. Incomplete.
Intended for Latavius Murray. Incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's go. Let's come.
Now Allen to throw. To throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. 23 yards on the play. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Yeah, baby.
And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop. The Saints on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, Sam on. Smooth.
Check.
Go.
Allen. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Bucs take over
Let's go. Let's go.
at their own 21-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Barber on 1st and 10. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 31 yards there and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
Mike's 47. Double dog. That's the way. Deep rip.
They'll run on first down. It's Barber. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
That's what I'm
It's a
talking
loss
about.
of a yard
That's
there,
it,
and it's
boy.
2nd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you
47's the
force a
mic.
run a little
47's
bit,
the
right?
mic.
Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Once again, it's Barber. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
It's easy work. And it's
7
coming
yards
again.
on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
Gay's kick is good. And that'll boost their lead to 9. It's 17-8. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Here we go.
at their own 29-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
Now Allen throwing again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue, his 2nd sack of the night.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down.
Big stop, let's
So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And that's caught by Smith. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Allen. A good throw here, finding Pascal. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Carlton Davis picks it, and he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The carry for Barber. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time, we do indeed a big hit for a loss. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go, baby.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. But for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Let's go.
6-6. Pull it high. Hey, Delta.
They'll set up a throw.
Coming this way, coming this way.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Oh, the return is Williams. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Checking in on Houston, it's in the fourth quarter there. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their first of the young season. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield.
Three down.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal.